Here we are in sunny Morecambe. This is the west end of Morecambe, which some like to refer to as the best end. I'll let you decide. It's not the fucking best end. Hello, jeepers! Little lamb lambs! Oh, little lamb lamb! I fucking love animals. Go out, phrasing. We're on the Rebel 1100 today. DCT. Make your life easy. Some might say make your life boring. Kind of getting in that camp. Kind of missing sort of engagement of clickety-clicking for gears and pulling a clutch and all that nice manual stuff that I used to do. Like I can put this in a manual mode. Got paddle shifters over here. It just feels fucking weird. It's not satisfying. I mean, it works. 100% works. But it's not the same. Like it's not stompiness. When you click down a gear with your foot, it's stomp. You click up as you're accelerating hard. It's fucking satisfying, man. And I've been without it for a couple of years now since owning this. I don't know. I was super tempted just to buy a second bike. I don't really have the space. I definitely don't have the money. So that's the thing. Rebel 1100. She's heavy. She's 1100 cc's. Same as an Africa Twin. Various other fucking 1100-y things that Honda do. Ooh, squeeze! Ah! Anyway, Rebel 1100. She's heavy, she's low, she's a cruiser, she's a bit boaty. Definitely wouldn't call it flickable. Definitely have to counter steer it, really lean into corners. And at the same time, you have to be very careful how much you lean into corners because you'll start scraping pegs because it's really fucking low. That being said, this bike is so planted in a corner. Like, I will throw it round at low speed, I'll lean in, and I have so much confidence. It just holds its line. It doesn't feel like it's going to just flop over even when the speed gets low. You know, if you have to sort of let off the accelerator or something, it never feels bad. If I ever get rid of this bike, I think that is the thing that I'm going to miss. It's not agile, it's just stable. Planted. And you know, if you know the Rebel 1100, then you know, you probably know the reason why. It's very low slung engine, incredibly well balanced. That's kind of what Honda do. You know, it's designed that way. Weight down low, so you just don't feel it. Like, even when I'm pushing it around, I don't, what is it, 220? Pushing 230 kilos or something stupid? I never imagined to have a bike that heavy. I used to love light bikes. My first bike was an MT-07. No, first bike was a Suzuki Van. This stuff from really David Copperfield levels. Suzuki Van. Then I passed my test. MT-07. That lasted me a very long time. It's a very capable and fun bike. This was back in, it was a 2012, 2013 model, and it did turn into a bit of a rust bucket. It wasn't the most refined motorcycle. So, what do I replace that with? I think I went and got, yes, Kawasaki Vulcan S. I got the I want to try a cruiser bug, but they're all fucking heavy and really they got old fucking tachometers and stuff. This is before there even was a Rebel, I think. And there might have been a 500, but 500's tiny. That was never really an option. So yeah, Vulcan S. it was fun for like a year, but it's a weird bike. It's a cruiser. The ergonomics are great. Again, it feels boaty, not agile, but you know, isn't very heavy at all, really, and manages that weight beautifully. But at the end of the day, it has a Ninja engine. It's a Kawasaki Ninja in a fucking cruiser frame. And so you've got a high revving cruiser, which, you know, I'm sat at 2k revs right now. This is the low revving cruiser, and I love that. I love that. It just bubbles on, chugga 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 like a fucking choo-choo train. And that was never that, and I tried to kind of make it that, changing the exhaust, and there's so little aftermarket exhaust options for the Vulcan for some reason. The best I could get was Delkevic, and it sounded horrible. Backfires for days. It's so loud that your neighbours hate you and all that. You know, I like a loud exhaust. Loud pipes save lives and all that. I like to be heard. I like people to be aware that I'm here. Hey. That was a noise. So yeah, I got rid of the Vulcan for the CB500X, which I'd always looked at. And I was just like, yeah, you know, I just want to try different bikes. And it's a pretty looking bike, so I got like a, I don't know, 22, 23 model CB500X, one of the last ones, I think. And that was good, to be honest. It was the best bike I've ever owned. And when I got rid of it, I said that. I said, I'm going to miss this bike. I'm really going to miss this bike. Because it just did everything too well. And I think it got to that point, you know when a bike just does everything, and you just get a little bit bored because it's not challenging you. And I convinced myself that I needed more power, which is why I bought this. And after a year riding this, yeah, I don't need more power. I'm in rain mode right now. This pretty much makes it a 500. I like rain mode just because it's smooth. It's buttery smooth. And, you know, I'm driving in town. I don't need to go more than 40 miles an hour. And if I do, I'm just risking getting in trouble. So yeah, so that was the reason for getting this bike. And yeah, so I went to the dealership. I was dead set on getting the manual, not DCT. I'd always been fascinated with DCT. I started on a scooter, technically. I had a Honda PCX and eventually graduated to gears. So I was fascinated back then. I always used to say if there was automatic bikes, I'd be really into it. And they were, like, there was the NC750, I think it was, first DCT bike, and I was just like, oh man, if I could do my test on that, I'd definitely pass. But I sucked it up. I learned it properly. I'm glad I did. Got that experience. But so yeah, I wanted to test ride a Rebel 1100. I thought they were going to be great. I'd sat on one in the showroom, but they had no manual to test ride. So okay, no big deal. I'll test ride the DCT. I don't want the DCT. It's still going to tell me pretty much everything I want to know about the bike. And I also get to experience the DCT, which I've always been extremely curious about. And yeah, like so many people that test ride DCTs, I was just like, oh, that's so cool. It just works. It just fucking works. So I ordered a fucking DCT. And yeah, again, I don't regret it. It's been an amazing experience. It's just not the bike that I want to keep. That doesn't mean much for me. There is no bike that I want to keep. I'm not the guy that will keep a bike for 10, 15, 20 fucking years. That's never going to happen. So yeah, I'm glad I experienced the DCT. you know, it's worked well. It hasn't let me down much. I had some issues with it stalling when I first got it. Did a DCT reset, that sorted out. It's never stalled since. I think it just came from the factory of some very weird behavior in its memory or something, I don't know. Yeah, now I've had the DCT for a bit. I kind of got that itch. Want something with gears again. Not necessarily full gears though, because then you got the Honda E-clutch. And she is a mighty tasty bit of new tech. And I like my new tech, eh? So, yeah. Seeing as I miss... Oh, well, yeah, I miss my CB500X. They don't technically make those anymore. So you can get the NX500, and as of sometime this year, they will come with E-clutch. And that will be a tasty proposition. But can I go back to a 500? Because the other option, if I can't, is Transalp, which also, as of this year, comes with an E-clutch. But I was very begrudged spending what I spent on this bike, on the Rebel, and because it did, it put my insurance up way higher than I'm comfortable with, because it turns out a lot of people don't want to insure bikes over 10 grand. So they're a massive risk. So I couldn't transfer my insurance, I had to get a different one. Luckily I got a good quote. Shout out to Hastings, you beauties. So yeah, I'm kind of tempted to go back to a small displacement bike, because it will be literally cheaper to buy the thing. I miss, well, on the CB500X, I miss the range. Like, I used to do like 230 miles to a tank, 17.5 litre tank on that thing. How does this have, like 11 or something? And then with the extremely efficient little 500cc engine, it gets great mileage. And, you know, I'm just a commuter, really. And that's what I do. Town ride. Yeah, I can get better fuel economy on the Transalp than this, but not as much as I'd like. So still very much gravitating towards the NX. I mean, everybody loves a 270 crank engine these days, but I tell you what, I miss the 180 crank of the CB. Little thumper, twin thumper. How many of those is there? Not fucking many. My ride's nearly coming to an end. We're now in not sunny Morecambe, but instead sunny Lancaster. I think it's in the middle of bloody school rush, so I'm going to leave you guys to it and say goodbye from me. No bullshit, Mike. Signing off. Oh no, you're not getting out. It's not going to happen, Johnny. Still can't quite get in. Oh, God. So slow. Bumpy bit. I'm off-roading. Whee! This guy's exhaust is leaking so much something. I don't like it. It's probably just water, but I don't like it. I would probably filter if I was a cool guy, but I don't really care and I'm lazy. I will put in fuel. That's because I don't die from my head-on collision. Ah, see, looks dope. There's barely any sea. It's coming in and going out. Going out, I want to say. Looks wet. And the no sea bits. You know what the fuck I mean. Got some very law-abiding citizens. You're still spewing things out of your exhaust, Hyundai. What is this? I just can't get over your regurgitation. It's not okay. Jesus Christ, don't stab me with your scaffolding. This is not jousting. Doggo, doggo, doggo. Fucking doggo. Boy, mate, I like your doggo. Boy, mate, I like your doggo. Mate, I like your doggo. Mate. Oh, that's a hell of a fucking pothole. That's a hell of a time. That's a hell of a pothole.